Have you been feeling different lately? Like something's shifting inside you, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Well, here's the kicker. Your body might be going through some major changes right under your nose. But don't worry, it's not what you think. These aren't just random aches and pains or signs of getting older. Nope, they could be clues that you're going through a spiritual awakening. That's right, your body is trying to tell you something big is happening on the inside. And today, we're going to uncover 7 shocking physical signs that show you're on a spiritual journey. Trust me, some of these will blow your mind. Now, you might be wondering, what the heck is a spiritual awakening, and why is it messing with my body? Great question. Let's break it down. A spiritual awakening is like hitting the reset button on your life. It's when you start to see the world in a whole new way. You might feel more connected to everything around you, or like you're waking up from a long sleep. It's pretty amazing stuff. But here's the thing. This big shift isn't just happening in your mind. Your body is getting in on the action too. You see, your body and mind are connected in ways we're only starting to understand. When your mind goes through a major change, your body follows suit. It's like your whole system is upgrading to a new version of you. Why should you care about these changes? Well, recognizing them can be super helpful. It's like your body is giving you a heads up that something awesome is happening. Plus, knowing what's going on can help you deal with these changes better. Instead of freaking out about weird new sensations, you can say, that's just part of my spiritual growth. Pretty cool, right? Alright, are you ready to dive into the good stuff? In this video, we're going to explore 7 physical signs that show you're going through a spiritual awakening. Some of these might surprise you, and others might explain weird things you've been experiencing lately. For each sign, we'll talk about what it feels like, why it happens, and how it connects to your spiritual journey. I'll break it all down in simple terms, so don't worry if you're new to all this spiritual stuff. We're keeping it real and easy to understand. As we go through these signs, I want you to pay attention. See if any of them ring a bell. Maybe you've been experiencing some of these things and didn't know why. Or maybe you'll recognize these signs in someone you know. Either way, by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of what's going on in your body during a spiritual awakening. Remember, everyone's journey is different. You might experience all of these signs, just a few, or even none at all. And that's totally okay. There's no right or wrong way to go through a spiritual awakening. The important thing is to listen to your body and honor your own unique experience. So, are you ready to uncover the secrets your body's been trying to tell you? Let's jump into the first sign of spiritual awakening, and I bet it's not what you're expecting. Let's kick things off with something that might sound familiar to some of you. Have you ever felt a sudden rush of energy out of nowhere? Like, one minute you're just sitting there, minding your own business, and the next, you feel like you could run a marathon? Well, surprise. This could be a sign that you're going through a spiritual awakening. These energy surges can feel pretty intense. It's like someone plugged you into a cosmic power outlet. You might feel jittery, excited, or even a bit anxious. Some people describe it as feeling wired but tired, like your body is buzzing with energy, but your mind feels calm. It's a weird mix, but totally normal during a spiritual awakening. So, why does this happen? Think of it like this. During a spiritual awakening, you're basically upgrading your energy system. It's like your body is learning to handle a higher voltage of spiritual energy. These surges happen when you get a big download of this new energy. It's your body's way of adjusting to your new spiritual frequency. Here's a real-life example to help you picture it. Imagine you're Sarah, a 35-year-old office worker. She's been feeling a bit off lately, but can't figure out why. One day, while sitting at her desk, she suddenly feels a wave of energy wash over her. Her hands start tingling, and she feels the urge to get up and move around. At first, she thinks she's had too much coffee, but then she realizes she hasn't had any caffeine today. This unexpected energy surge is her body's way of saying, "Hey Sarah, wake up. Something big is happening." Now, if you're experiencing these energy surges, don't freak out. It's all part of the process. The best thing you can do is to go with the flow. When you feel that energy rising, try to channel it into something positive. Maybe go for a walk, do some stretching, or dive into a creative project. Listen to your body and give it what it needs in that moment. Remember, these energy surges are a good thing. They're a sign that you're opening up to new levels of awareness and spiritual growth. So next time you feel that unexpected buzz of energy, smile and thank your body for letting you know you're on the right track. All right, let's move on to the second sign of spiritual awakening, and it's a biggie. Have you noticed any weird changes in your sleep lately? Maybe you're waking up at odd hours, or having super vivid dreams. Or perhaps you're sleeping less, but somehow feeling more rested. If any of this sounds familiar, you might be experiencing the sleep changes that often come with spiritual awakening. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I love my sleep. Why is my spiritual journey messing with my ZZZs? Well, it turns out that sleep is a key player in the spiritual awakening process. Your body and mind do a lot of important work while you're snoozing, especially when you're going through big spiritual changes. One common sleep change during spiritual awakening is waking up in the middle of the night, often around 3 a.m. Some people call this the spiritual witching hour. It's like your body's alarm clock is going off, saying, "Wake up. It's time for some spiritual growth." You might feel wide awake and full of energy, even though it's the middle of the night. Another thing you might notice is that your dreams are getting way more intense. We're talking Technicolor, surround sound, feel like you are really there kind of dreams. These vivid dreams are often your subconscious mind processing all the new spiritual information you're taking in. It's like your brain is working overtime to make sense of your awakening. Let me give you an example to make this more relatable. Meet Tom, a 40-year-old teacher. He's always been a solid 8 hours a night sleeper. But lately, he's been waking up at 2:30 a.m. every night, feeling wide awake. At first, he was annoyed and tried to force himself back to sleep. But then he started using that time to meditate or journal. He found that these early morning hours were incredibly peaceful and great for spiritual reflection. Plus, even though he was sleeping less, he felt more energized during the day. Now, if you're experiencing these sleep changes, don't worry. It doesn't mean you're going to be sleep deprived forever. Your body is just adjusting to a new rhythm. Here are a few tips to help you navigate these changes. Go with the flow. If you wake up in the middle of the night and can't get back to sleep, don't fight it. Use the time for quiet reflection or meditation. Keep a dream journal. Writing down your vivid dreams can help you understand the messages your subconscious is sending you. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. This can help signal to your body that it's time to wind down, even if your sleep patterns are changing. Be patient. Remember, these changes are temporary. Your sleep will likely stabilize as you adjust to your spiritual awakening. The key thing to remember is that these sleep changes, while sometimes frustrating, are actually a positive sign. They show that your body and mind are working hard to integrate all the new spiritual energy and insights you're experiencing. So next time you find yourself wide awake at 3 a.m., try to embrace it as part of your spiritual journey. Who knows what insights or revelations might come to you in those quiet hours of the night. Now, let's talk about the third sign of spiritual awakening, and this one's a real eye-opener. Or should I say, sense opener? Have you been noticing that colors seem brighter lately? Or maybe sounds are clearer? Or your sense of smell is suddenly super sharp? If so, you might be experiencing the heightened sensory awareness that often comes with spiritual awakening. This increased sensitivity can feel pretty wild at first. It's like someone turned up the volume on all your senses. Suddenly, you're noticing details you've never seen before. The world might seem more vivid, more alive. It's as if you're seeing everything with new eyes, and ears, and nose, and so on. So why does this happen during a spiritual awakening? Well, think of it like this. As you become more spiritually aware, you're also becoming more aware of the physical world around you. It's like you're tuning into a higher frequency, and that allows you to pick up on things you might have missed before. Your senses are literally expanding to match your expanding consciousness. Let me paint a picture for you with a real-life example. Meet Lisa, a 28-year-old graphic designer. She's always had a good eye for color, but lately, it's like she's seeing in high definition. Walking through the park, she notices shades of green she's never seen before. The sound of birds singing seems clearer and more musical. Even her morning coffee smells more complex and rich. At first, Lisa thought she was imagining things. But then she realized this new sensory richness was part of a bigger change she was going through, a spiritual awakening. Now, this heightened sensitivity can be amazing, but it can also be a bit overwhelming at times. Here are a few tips to help you navigate this new sensory world. Take time to appreciate your new awareness. Pause throughout the day to really notice what you're seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. It can be a beautiful way to stay present and grounded. Create a calm environment. If you're feeling overstimulated, try to create a peaceful space at home with soft colors, gentle sounds, and soothing scents. Practice mindfulness. This can help you manage the increased input without getting overwhelmed. Focus on one sense at a time and really explore what you're experiencing. Use your heightened senses in your spiritual practice. For example, you might find that certain scents or sounds enhance your meditation experience. Be patient with yourself. Like any change, it might take some time to adjust to this new level of sensory awareness. Remember, this heightened sensory experience is a gift. It's allowing you to experience the world in a richer, more vibrant way. It's like you're seeing the true beauty of the world for the first time. So next time you notice a particularly vivid sunset or the complex layers of a piece of music, take a moment to appreciate it. It's a sign that you're awakening to the full wonder of the world around you. As we wrap up this section on heightened senses, I want you to take a moment to check in with yourself. Have you noticed any changes in how you perceive the world lately? Maybe colors seem more vivid, or you're picking up on subtle sounds you never noticed before. These could be signs that you're not just seeing the world differently, you're experiencing a profound spiritual transformation. In the next part of our journey, we'll explore even more fascinating physical signs of spiritual awakening. We'll dive into changes you might be feeling in your body, shifts in your energy levels, and even some surprising physical sensations that often come with spiritual growth. So stay tuned, because the adventure is just beginning. Remember, everyone's spiritual journey is unique. You might resonate with all of these signs, or just a few, or you might be experiencing something entirely different. And that's okay. The key is to stay open, curious, and mindful of the changes happening within you. Your body is wise, and it's trying to tell you something important. All you need to do is listen. So, are you ready to discover even more ways your body is signaling your spiritual awakening? Let's continue our exploration and uncover the next set of physical signs that show you're on a powerful spiritual journey. Trust me, what's coming next might surprise you even more than what we've covered so far. Let's dive into the fourth sign of spiritual awakening, and this one might make you feel like your body's got a mind of its own. Have you been experiencing odd physical sensations lately? Maybe tingles running up your spine, or a warmth in your chest that comes out of nowhere. Or how about a buzzing feeling in your hands or feet? If you're nodding along, you might be experiencing the unexplained physical sensations that often come with spiritual awakening. These sensations can feel pretty strange at first. It's like your body is throwing a little party, and you didn't even know you were invited. Some people describe it as energy moving through their body, or like gentle electrical currents flowing beneath their skin. Others might feel pressure in certain areas, like the forehead or the palms of their hands. So why does this happen during a spiritual awakening? Well, it's all about energy. As you go through a spiritual awakening, your energy centers, some people call them chakras, are waking up and getting realigned. These physical sensations are often a sign that energy is moving and clearing in your body. It's like your spiritual self is doing a little spring cleaning, and these sensations are the dust being kicked up in the process. Let me share a story to help you understand. Meet John, a 45-year-old accountant. He's always been a pretty logical guy, not really into the woo-woo stuff, but lately, he's been feeling this weird tingling sensation at the base of his spine. Sometimes it travels up his back, like a shiver, but it happens even when he's not cold. At first, John thought he should see a doctor, but after some research, he realized this sensation matched descriptions of what some call Kundalini energy, a sign of spiritual awakening. Once he understood what was happening, John started to see these sensations as exciting rather than worrying. Don't panic. These sensations, while strange, are generally harmless. They're a normal part of the spiritual awakening process for many people. Pay attention. Notice when these sensations happen. Are they linked to certain thoughts, emotions, or situations? This can give you clues about your spiritual journey. Ground yourself. If the sensations feel too intense, try grounding exercises like walking barefoot on grass or visualizing roots growing from your feet into the earth. Stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water can help your body process these energy changes more smoothly. Embrace the experience. Try to welcome these sensations as signs of your spiritual growth rather than fighting against them. Remember, these physical sensations are your body's way of letting you know that big changes are happening on an energetic level. It's like your spiritual awakening is saying hello in a very physical way. So next time you feel that tingle or warmth, try to pause and appreciate it. It's a sign that you're growing, evolving, and awakening to new levels of spiritual awareness. Now, let's chew on the fifth sign of spiritual awakening, and this one might surprise you. Have you noticed any changes in what you want to eat lately? Maybe you're suddenly craving healthier foods, or foods you used to love just don't appeal to you anymore. If you're experiencing shifts in your eating habits or food preferences, it could be another sign of your spiritual awakening. These changes can sneak up on you. One day you might realize that your morning bacon doesn't taste as good as it used to, or that you're reaching for fruit instead of cookies as a snack. Some people find themselves naturally drawn to lighter, plant-based foods. Others might suddenly develop an intolerance to certain foods they've always eaten. It's like your body is rewriting its own cookbook. So why do our food preferences change during a spiritual awakening? It all comes down to vibration. As you awaken spiritually, your body's energy vibration rises. This higher vibration often leads to a natural desire for foods that match and support this new energy level. Foods that are alive and close to their natural state, like fruits and vegetables, tend to have a higher vibration than processed or heavy foods. Let's look at a real-life example to make this clearer. Meet Sarah, a 32-year-old teacher. Sarah used to be a big fan of fast food and sugary snacks, but as she started meditating and exploring her spiritual side, she noticed something weird. Her beloved cheeseburgers just didn't taste the same anymore. Instead, she found herself craving salads and smoothies. At first, Sarah thought she was just on a health kick, but then she realized this change in diet lined up with other signs of spiritual awakening she was experiencing. Her body was naturally guiding her towards foods that supported her spiritual growth. Listen to your body. Pay attention to how different foods make you feel. Your body often knows what it needs. Be open to new foods. This could be a great time to explore new, healthier options you might not have considered before. Don't force it. If you're not ready to give up certain foods, that's okay. Spiritual awakening is a journey, not a race. Stay balanced. While it's great to eat healthier, make sure you're still getting all the nutrients you need. Be mindful when you eat. Take time to really appreciate your food. This can turn eating into a spiritual practice in itself. Remember, these changes in diet aren't about following strict rules or judging certain foods as good or bad. It's about your body naturally aligning with what serves your highest good as you grow spiritually. So if you find yourself reaching for an apple instead of a candy bar, or if you suddenly can't stand the smell of coffee, don't worry. It's just another sign that your whole being, body, mind, and spirit is waking up to a new way of being. Let's move on to the sixth sign of spiritual awakening, and this one might make you feel like you've developed superhuman powers. Have you noticed that you're more sensitive to your surroundings lately? Maybe crowds overwhelm you more than they used to, or you can't stand certain noises that never bothered you before. Or perhaps you're picking up on other people's emotions like a human antenna. If any of this sounds familiar, you might be experiencing the increased environmental sensitivity that often comes with spiritual awakening. This heightened sensitivity can feel like both a blessing and a curse. On one hand, you might find yourself deeply moved by the beauty of nature or able to sense the energy of a room as soon as you walk in. On the other hand, you might feel bombarded by stimuli that others seem to brush off easily. It's like someone turned up the volume on the world and you're hearing it loud and clear. So why does this happen during a spiritual awakening? Well, as you become more spiritually aware, you're also becoming more attuned to the energies around you. It's like you're developing a finer set of antennas to pick up on subtle vibrations in your environment. This can include physical stimuli like sounds and smells, but also emotional and energetic vibes from people and places. Let me share an example to help you picture this. Meet Tom, a 38-year-old graphic designer. Tom used to love working in busy coffee shops, feeding off the energy of the crowd. But lately, he's found himself feeling overwhelmed in these spaces. He can sense the stress of the person 3 tables over or the excitement of the couple by the window. At first, Tom thought he was just having a few off days. But then he realized this new sensitivity was part of a bigger shift he was going through, a spiritual awakening. He was picking up on energies he'd never noticed before. Create a calm home environment. Make your living space a sanctuary where you can retreat and recharge. Practice grounding techniques. Activities like walking in nature, gardening, or even just standing barefoot on the grass can help you feel more centered. Set boundaries. It's okay to limit your exposure to overwhelming environments or energy-draining people. Use protection techniques. Some people find it helpful to visualize a protective bubble around themselves in crowded or high-energy situations. Embrace alone time. Make sure you're giving yourself enough quiet time to process and recharge. Develop your discernment. Learn to distinguish between your own feelings and those you might be picking up from others. Remember, this increased sensitivity is actually a sign of your growing awareness and connection to the world around you. It's like you're developing a new sense, and like any new skill, it takes time to master. So be patient with yourself as you learn to navigate this new level of perception. This heightened sensitivity can also be a powerful tool for personal growth and helping others. As you become more attuned to the energies around you, you might find that you're able to understand people on a deeper level, or that you have a knack for creating harmonious environments. It's like you've been given a superpower, the ability to read the energy of the world around you. As we wrap up this section on increased environmental sensitivity, take a moment to reflect on your own experiences. Have you noticed yourself being more affected by your surroundings lately? Maybe you found yourself needing more alone time, or feeling overwhelmed in places that used to energize you. These could be signs that you're not just becoming more sensitive, you're awakening to a whole new level of awareness. In our final section, we'll explore one more fascinating physical sign of spiritual awakening. We'll look at how your body might be changing in ways you never expected, and how these changes are all part of your spiritual evolution. So stay tuned, because the most surprising sign might be yet to come. Remember, everyone's spiritual journey is unique. You might resonate with all of these signs, or just a few, or you might be experiencing something entirely different. And that's perfectly okay. The key is to stay open, curious, and compassionate towards yourself as you navigate these changes. Your increased sensitivity is a gift, even if it doesn't always feel like it. It's opening you up to a richer, more vibrant experience of life. So, are you ready to discover the final physical sign of spiritual awakening? Let's dive in and uncover how your body is signaling the profound spiritual transformation you're undergoing. Trust me, what's coming next might be the most mind-blowing sign yet. Sign number 7, physical detox and healing. All right, let's dive into our 7th and final sign of spiritual awakening. And this one might have you feeling like your body's going through a major cleanup. Have you been experiencing unexplained aches and pains? Or maybe you're suddenly getting sick more often, but recovering faster. If you're nodding along, you might be going through the physical detox and healing that often comes with spiritual awakening. This process can feel pretty weird. It's like your body is spring cleaning, but instead of dusting and vacuuming, it's clearing out old energies, emotions, and even physical toxins. You might experience headaches, body aches, or digestive issues. Some people find old injuries flaring up, or chronic conditions temporarily worsening before they get better. It's like your body is bringing up all the old stuff so it can be cleared out for good. So why does this happen during a spiritual awakening? Well, it's all about alignment. As your consciousness expands and your energy shifts, Your physical body needs to catch up. This often means releasing old, stuck energies and healing on a deeper level. It's like your spiritual awakening is giving your body a chance to reset and realign with your new, higher vibration. Let me share a story to help you understand. Meet Lisa, a 42-year-old nurse. Lisa had always struggled with migraines, but as she started on her spiritual journey, something strange happened. Her migraines got worse for a few weeks, happening almost daily. But then, just as suddenly, they stopped. Not just eased off, but completely disappeared. Lisa realized that this intense period was her body's way of clearing out the old energy that had been causing her migraines. It was uncomfortable, but it led to deep healing. Be gentle with yourself. Remember, this is a healing process. Give your body the rest and care it needs. Stay hydrated. Drinking plenty of water can help your body flush out toxins more easily. Eat clean. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods to support your body's healing process. Move your body. Gentle exercise like yoga or walking can help move energy and support detox. Try energy healing. Practices like Reiki or acupuncture can support your body's healing process. Trust the process. Remember that these symptoms, while uncomfortable, are often signs of deep healing. It's important to note that while these symptoms are common during spiritual awakening, you should always check with a healthcare provider if you're experiencing persistent or severe symptoms. Your spiritual journey should support your overall health, not compromise it. This physical detox and healing process, while sometimes challenging, is actually a positive sign. It means your body is catching up with the spiritual growth you're experiencing. It's clearing out the old to make room for the new, healthier, more aligned you. So next time you feel an unexplained ache or a bout of fatigue, try to see it as your body's way of supporting your spiritual evolution. Now that we've explored these 7 physical signs of spiritual awakening, you might be wondering, okay, so what do I do now? Don't worry, I've got you covered. Let's talk about how to handle these changes and support your spiritual growth. First things first, don't panic. If you're experiencing some or all of these signs, it doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. In fact, it's quite the opposite. These changes are signs that you're growing, evolving, and awakening to a new level of consciousness. It's a beautiful process, even if it feels a bit uncomfortable at times. One of the most important things you can do is to listen to your body. Your body has an incredible wisdom, and during a spiritual awakening, it's trying to communicate with you in new ways. Pay attention to what feels good and what doesn't. If you need more rest, rest. If you feel called to eat differently, explore that. Trust that your body knows what it needs to support your spiritual growth. It's also super helpful to develop a spiritual practice if you don't already have one. This could be meditation, yoga, journaling, spending time in nature, or whatever resonates with you. These practices can help you stay grounded and centered as you navigate the changes of spiritual awakening. Another key tip is to surround yourself with supportive people. This might mean connecting with others who are on a spiritual path, or simply spending time with friends and family who accept and support you as you are. Having a support system can make a big difference when you're going through major life changes. Remember, everyone's spiritual journey is unique. What works for someone else might not work for you, and that's okay. Be patient with yourself and allow your awakening to unfold in its own time and way. There's no rush and no right way to do this. Lastly, don't forget to celebrate your growth. Spiritual awakening is a profound and beautiful journey. Yes, it can be challenging at times, but it's also incredibly rewarding. Take time to appreciate how far you've come and the amazing changes you're experiencing. As we wrap up our exploration of the 7 physical signs of spiritual awakening, I want you to take a moment to reflect on your own journey. Have you experienced any of these signs? Maybe you've noticed changes in your energy levels, shifts in your sleep patterns, or a new sensitivity to your environment. Or perhaps you've gone through some unexpected physical detox symptoms. Whatever your experience has been, know that you're not alone. Spiritual awakening is a deeply personal journey, but it's one that many people around the world are going through right now. We're all waking up together, in our own unique ways. Remember, these physical signs are just that, signs. They're your body's way of letting you know that big changes are happening on a spiritual level. They're not the goal in themselves, but rather signposts along the way. The real journey is about expanding your consciousness, deepening your connection to yourself and the world around you, and living a more authentic and fulfilling life. As you continue on your spiritual path, be kind to yourself. This journey isn't always easy, but it's incredibly worthwhile. Embrace the changes you're experiencing, even when they're challenging. Each symptom, each shift, is helping you grow and evolve into a higher version of yourself. And remember, spiritual awakening isn't a destination. It's an ongoing journey. These signs might come and go, or they might change over time. Stay curious, stay open, and trust the process. Your body and your spirit are working together to guide you towards your highest good. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the physical signs of spiritual awakening. I hope this information has been helpful and enlightening for you. Remember, you're on an incredible journey of growth and transformation. Embrace it, enjoy it, and trust in the wisdom of your body and spirit. Your spiritual awakening is a gift. It's an invitation to live a more conscious, connected, and fulfilling life. So take a deep breath, smile, and step forward into this new chapter of your life. You're awakening, you're growing, and you're becoming more you than ever before. And that, my friend, is truly beautiful.